2 years ago, I and Bestie went to a meeting. After meeting is over, we were on our way to the rail to get a ride. We were discussing it and she mentioned she wanted to get a digital course, which is the copywriting. She persuaded me to also pay for it, which I waived off. I know much about copywriting and I didn't bother to ask. That was the end of the discussion. Hi, welcome to this channel. If you haven't subscribed, do listen and please give this video a thumbs up. I'm so happy because today will be so. Today's topic is the storytelling, a tool for huge sales. What is storytelling? Storytelling is a art and skill of presenting stories and tales. A description of ideas, beliefs, personal experience, education, with an intention. What is the intention of an elder that brings up children under their month to tell them the stories, probably on beliefs, the custom, ancient gods, forefathers? They either want them to know the importance of a custom, the tradition. The people share the stories and the experience with you with the intention of what? They want you to learn from this past experience. So I want you to know that every story has an intention. How can you use stories to sell yourself, your product, your service? Your intention is to use stories to compel, to attract, and make you prospect by your product or your service. Why is storytelling important? Is six. The people tend to trust you when you can relate with something. Now let's do this estimation. You're somewhere and you meet a lot of people. Mr. A says is from your country, your state, and your hometown. Mr. B is from your country, but not your state, never your hometown. Who you trust more is not Mr. A or the Mr. B to have a conversation with. The why do story sell? Because it appeals to emotion. The people trust you when they can relate to what you're saying, probably from what they've experienced. Number two, because it is interesting. People like gossiping. You will see a lot of people with somewhere because they want to know what is happening to another person. How can you use stories to sell? Number one, make it relatable. There's something you don't want people really like, because of what they can relate with it. Number two, indicate the time and place. For example, if I want to advertise a product that causes the face rashes or pimples, and I said 2 years ago while I was in school, pimples started popping on my face. The time is what the 2 years ago, and the place is what while I was in school. I started this video that telling you that 2 years ago, I and a friend of mine went to a meeting on our way to the road to get it right. The place is what in a meeting on our way to the road to get it right. And also the time is what, that's 2 years ago. You want the readers to get every detail of your story. That is why the place, the location, that's very important. Because it gives them a visual description or imagination of how it happened. The few weeks ago, I read the sales copy from Uber company at Ibadan, Nigeria. I use storytelling to increase the sales by 70%. For the summary of the sales copy, it was how I got an email from a firm in Lagos where I had applied for a job. It was urgent, so I had to rush, prepare myself from Lagos State to Lagos. The bus I boarded developed some faults on the roads, which delayed a few hours of the journey. I got to Lagos the few minutes to 10 p.m. The place was already scanty and silent, which is rare. I tried to work to an open space where the Uber cab was gonna pick me. On my way, I noticed two men wearing all blacks on my back. They were working asleep to meet up with me. I hastened my step. I remembered my uncle that gave me the contact of an Uber cab to call to pick me from Lagos to Ikoyi. I called the driver that stated the color of my outfit and my location. So as I was walking, I was almost running when the man was walking fast behind me. I was so scared because there's not so many people. In the process of me wanting to run to an adjacent road, I saw a cat coming with a light indicating the name of the Uber company. So I rushed and the driver stopped and opened the door for me and I went in. And on looking back, I discovered the man has already turned back. I stated how the driver was able to get me in a few minutes. That's an important time consumption. Also, it dropped me at my uncle's doorstep. That's for my safety. I use the copy to attract and to compel and to make my reader to see how important the safety and their loved one's safety so they can call the Uber company. That was how the sales increased by 70%. I was even given a bonus. I put them into the scenario to have an imagination. From where I got the mail, I was in a hurry to go to the bath, and how the journey got delayed. How I was working and two men were working at me. I was so scared, and I was running, and how I saw the Uber cab. The number three, the very definite, devoid of doubts. Write the story in a truthful way. Then look at, let's do an estimation of two different sales copies. The first copy goes thus. There is a fully upgraded home with 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, a swimming pool, a gym, and a barbecue spot. Visit our website to learn more, blah blah blah. The second goes thus. The breeze romances your body as you gaze at your magnificent self-serenity, which you can get enough of. Just mind as you thought of having some private time in the swimming pool at the tranquility backyard while having barbecue after you're done gymming. We will make your dream come true. Visit our website with just a click. Which of these two appeal to you, the former or the latter? Mind you, be conscious of the words you use. Look at the later. You smiled as you thought of spending some private time. The word private, that is privacy. People love their privacy. The breeze romance your body as you gaze at your magnificent. The word yours symbolizes ownership, magnificent self-serenity. Now look, there's a word privacy, there's a word ownership, and safety. Very important. Let there be a picture of what you want them to imagine as they read your copy or your story. There are two different adverts advertising the same product. And the product is the body spray. The first product, it is written, when you wear this body spray, it smells so nice in your body. Everybody looks at you here and there. Wow, so good. Let me give you a summary of a sales copy that I wrote for a company that produces body spray. This also increased the sales, and also here I use storytelling. The summary of the sales copy is about a guy who represents his fame to close proposals. There is another branch of this very fame in another country. This very guy has been catching on a lady for a very long time, though he's been giving her hints that he likes her. However, due to the rumors in the fame that the lady is street and also plays out together, you can't tell her how he fared. And so they haven't met before. They only talks when the fame want to have a meeting with the bosses. There's this particular proposal they have to close together. So the guy traveled. Before he left, he spread his body with his spinal perf, with his spinal spray. When he arrived at the branch which this lady oversees, it was the department manager that came to welcome him. The lady didn't come, which is not supposed to be. This also increases ascent. One of the departmental manager escorted him to the lady's office. Before he opened the door, his heartbeat was boom, boom. When he knocked on the door, he got a response that he should come in. He got inside. He was attending to files and then raised up her head to even acknowledge his presence. It was waiting to exchange pleasantries with her. However, she didn't even lift up her head to acknowledge his presence. The first thing she said shocked him, and also, never so happy. She said, "Can you please tell me where and how you got your body spray, because it's lingered in my nose and rushed down my body." It was so shocked and it's transferred to the spot. He couldn't talk. She said she wanted to get it for herself and her siblings. I wrote it in such a way that the body spray didn't only attract, it also compelled her to respond in such a way that he didn't expect. And that's a hint that she likes him already. Everybody wants the someone they like to see them in a kind of romantic way, and to like in whatever it is that they use, to see them as someone of high value. But this spray story that I told you about, the two adverts, the first one stating how when you wear this body spray, it gives your body some scent and style. Now the second is about the story that I wrote, the guy, the lady, the pair, everything. Which one will you buy? For the intention of the story or moral of the story? Like I said earlier, every story has an intention. Your intention for writing your story is to meet people, not only for them to read the story, but to attract them, to compel them to buy your product, to visit your website, to pay for your service, to make sure whatever it is you want them to do is clearly stated in the story. The moral of my first story is that I didn't know how important what she's trying to persuade me to go for, and I didn't even bother to ask questions, and she also didn't bother to explain to me further. Also, it's saying it is important to invest in knowledge, because the 2 years ago, if I had the comments my copywriting journey, I would have grown more than this. The copywriting and online style journey that started in March 2022. Let's also look at two different copies of a body product. This shampoo declared my dandruff, and it's also softening my hair and make it more black. Order yours now, blah blah blah. The second goes that I decided to try this the last hair product before I cut off my hair out of frustration of spending money on different products. Not only did it soften and blacken my hair more, I fell in love with its fragrance as it glittered in my washroom like breeze. And it puts a forever end to my excess dandruff. Blah blah blah. Which of these two copies appeal to you? Is it the former or the latter? It is also important that you state the benefits of your product. Then the features. The features is the product. The feature is the house. The 4 bedrooms, the 5 bathrooms, the swimming pool. Now, what are the benefits of those things? You must also think about the medium. The way you write the story of the email marketing is different from the Twitter. Like I always say, whatever business or the skill you have, make sure to learn copywriting, because the copywriting is like water. When you're hungry, and the process of you eating, you will need water. If you do not take water, you won't feel comfortable. You'd probably drop the food. More than this, I might prepare me for you. If you have a business or a skill that is not selling, I will drop them a WhatsApp link in the comment section. Connect with me there. Knowing and understanding copywriting, to use it to sell your product or your service as easy as ABC. The more than this will have be teaching and disclosing to you the course. I will drop my link in the comment section. Connect with me on WhatsApp. Please kindly drop your comments here. I believe this video is helpful. Kindly drop your comments and also subscribe so that you will learn more than this. Please, if you haven't given this video a thumbs up, kindly do that right now. Thank you. See you soon.